Well, good morning. Look at this. Our city is waking up. People are going about their day. They're driving to work, to school, to shop. It's not that big of a deal that we've got some traffic backups because we don't have that dense of a population at this time. But it's cool to watch everybody go about their day. It's primarily, look at that. This is mostly students, which I'm well and good with because educated residents, that's a good thing for your city, especially if your city has a nuclear plant over that's in the safe education level and zero radiation level. But nice, yeah, mostly students, a few workers. I see a couple of shoppers. So shoppers are in that blue, workers are that teal color, students are purple. I'd be surprised if we had any visitors, because we don't have anything to really visit here, and this is the first city. So any visitors would be generated by the simulation, and I don't think the simulation thinks there's anything here worth generating visitors for. But nice, nice. Welcome back to more SimCity. Look at our city. This is cool. In between episodes, as I was loading in, looks like we got ourselves a couple of towers here. Nothing outrageous, but yeah, nice, excellent. Yeah, the city is growing. City's making money. I got rid of some of the industrial buildings here because it was really starting to swing. We were approaching 4,000 available jobs, and I want to make sure that we can continue to staff the oil refinery, because remember last episode I put down a couple of houses just to get the oil refinery staffed, and I just want to make sure that again our nuclear power plant stays staffed. So it's funny. I've gotten some comments. There was a viewer who was like, "Hey, do nuclear power," and I did nuclear power, and some other viewers are like, "Oh my goodness, oh no, you've done nuclear power." It Yes, this can be troublesome if you do not take safeguards. If you do not have educated residents and lots of water, do not go down the path of this. But as long as we keep everybody educated and we've got lots of water, see that I mean, lots of water. So wonderful. But yeah, welcome back. It's a new morning. Our city is making really good money. But as we're telling the story of this city, overnight in this building, and what I think I want to do for the sake of this, I think I want them to call this, it's Millennium Plaza, and I know we named the city Millennium Bay, but I think the students from last season who have come here to start this region, I think they will refer to this as the academy, knowing that there's more to come and an even bigger academy in the future. But they're doing research here, And we might as well call that the Academy, even though it's called the Millennium Plaza, and even though in gameplay it's a park. But nice, very good. We've got multiple sources of income. We are exporting oil and we are exporting fuel. But we're also importing lots of ore. Excellent. Good. 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 Let's see. How much do I have over here? I've got a lot of oil there. I'm tempted. Let's do this. I want to use some of this oil locally just for a little while. Let's build that up. But one of the things that they were thinking about, one of the technologies that they were coming up with starting last season is there a way to combine oil and ore and create a product that the people are going to love? And maybe this is the beginnings of that cities of tomorrow. OmegaCo discovered. That's fitting. That actually fits well. So it's the discovery of a product, and let's find a spot here. And that's another reason, because an OmegaCo factory will provide a lot of jobs. So I needed to cut down on that surplus of jobs. But how about right about here? Now, I do not want to go down the path just yet of a drone assembly line. I do not want to go down the path just yet of an OmegaCo headquarters. I want to kind of do this in sections as they're discovering things. We've got plenty of city plots to do full-blown Omega, full-blown OmegaCo headquarters, drones, meta drones, health drones, fire drones. Let's not do that, but let's at least begin the process, and it's going to give us an additional source of money here. All right, just need them to hire. But we're gonna soon, for the first time, because we did not see this at all last season, we will see purple smoke. Remember, last season was all about being friendly to the environment, to nature. we're we're gonna go in the opposite direction in some of these cities. That is not, but we're gonna pretend like. I think I want to continue to pretend like Omega is healthy. Remember, 2 seasons ago, we pretended like Omega is healthy, or maybe they think it's healthy, and maybe in a later city they realize that it's not healthy. But that's to be determined. Look, here come the trucks. Multiple trucks delivering. Here comes ore and oil at the exact same time. There's ore and there's the oil. Here come more deliveries. I want to see what kind of an impact just the one factory. OmegaCo production is too slow. Well, you got to give it time. but I just want to see. I don't know if it's going to cover the whole city. And then the other thing is, if we don't have drones, we're not going to be able to go to the residents. So maybe one factory will be enough. So wonderful. And then we'll track our profits as well. So cool. Very cool. Let's also do this. Let's take this. See how it's empty? Because we don't have a lot of freight. Let's do this. I'm going to get rid of, and I think I need just enough oil. So let's go here. Let's do that. And for the oil deliveries here, I'm going to use local. And then let's come back over here to this one. And let's continue to export. I need just enough oil, or maybe we'll even do 2, but that should be. Let's get a delivery truck. Good. Oh, look, purple smoke. Omega is being delivered to our factories. That was actually pretty quick. You can see the Omega deliveries here. Not enough Omega has been delivered yet for any of these factories to become franchises. And then the Omega will start to be delivered from the factories to our commercial locations, and they'll become franchises. The only thing that will not happen in this city, as far as I know right now, my plans, is for the residents. I think I want that to take place in a different city. I want to take this in stages, experimental phases. But nice. Very good. All right, what else? I saw fire lit up I believe that was fire. So no rubble, so that means that they got to the fire in time. We're relatively healthy. That's not going to last long because of this Omega. Even though we're pretending like right now it's healthy. Maybe this is the beginning. Oh, somebody's injured. So when somebody's injured, they need an ambulance. How come it has not been dispatched yet? It's just sitting there. Well, hopefully they get taken care of. Nice. Let's see what we've got here now. Remember, see that added about 1,000. So I think we could do one more, but let's see what happens. Look, we've got 3 franchises. Got 4, 5. And so what happens is they will pay. We'll start to get paid. We'll get 17% of our industrial buildings. 2,768 an hour. And that's just the beginning. How much is... That's not bad. I think I'm tempted to do another one. We are completely out of oil. No, we're not. We still got some. Good. Good. Petition to build OmegaCo headquarters approved. I do not want to do that in this city. That's down the line. That is down the line. Nice. Our city is happy. They're going to be even happier. The commercial and the industry will be even happier when they get even more Omega. This is something that I missed that we did not see last season. Futurized commercial buildings and the neon. That's cool. That is something we did not see, that, and the industrial buildings. We did not see that neon look, and when it's kind of this wealth level, to me it kind of has a Blade Runner effect. That's the only way that I can think to describe it. And I think that this one, look at that one Omega factory has turned all of our industrial buildings into franchises. All of these commercial. Now, wait a minute, can these be upgraded? Oh yeah, they're ready to be upgraded. That'll just mean more profit. Now, I don't know if the Omega will flow and make it this far, but that's perfectly fine. This is more than I was expecting with one Omega factory, and this is really all that I need, because as of right now, like I said, I'm as we tell our story, maybe we can do a bit more commercial. Maybe there's some more areas where we can go commercial. Even if we went commercial out here. But my concern is you know what would happen from a pollution. Because we already know the wind is blowing in that direction. We could maybe do some commercial out here. I don't know if the Omega would reach that far. Plenty of germs here. But the ground... Nope, never mind. Yeah, that would not work. They're not living there, but they would be shopping there. We could... do some commercial here. I wonder if we've got enough people. That's not bad. Let's since we're now well into this Omega process, and it would kind of fill in this area too. Especially at night, that neon look. And we're not going to have near enough residents, I don't believe, to support that. So we can upgrade. Maybe we do get a couple of towers. But first of all, look at these houses here. I just want to be careful about traffic. That's already medium. Let's take that. We could upgrade this road here even further. It's already high density here. The music is trying to drown me out. Let's... There. That should bring in more residents. Look at that. Luxury condos now under construction. Yep, it's probably right here. This is good because, you know, a lot of times when we do a specialization, the specialization costs so much that we're making money with the exports, but we're not making tax income. But what I like is the fact that we're making good tax income thanks to the Omega. Because without the Omega, the city would be about 2,000 simoleons in the positive. But with the Omega, we're at 13,440 simoleons an hour. 80% of our industrial buildings are franchises, and 53% of our commercial. And I think that 53% is because some of our commercial is now transforming. Nice. Excellent. Excellent. Good job to our researchers at what we'll call the mini academy or academy light, but on the drawing board they have plans for a much larger academy, and they have on the drawing board. They're still trying to come up with how they're going to do it, but they want to come up with a way of housing people in very very large structures that are taller than some of these mountains potentially. And the other thing that we've got to work on and we've got to research is a source of electricity from the sun that will power every single city of this region. But we've got to get there. We've got work to do before we get to that stage.